Hi, I'm Tasha from fitnessblender.com, and today I've got your weighted HIIT and strength circuits. Warm-up is 4 minutes long. The workout itself is about 20 minutes, and that includes 3 HIIT circuits and a core finisher. For equipment today, you'll need your medium to moderately heavy weights, along with a lighter set and a mat. I'll show you some options and modifications along the way. Let's go ahead and get started with warm-up. Warm-up is 4 minutes long, 30 seconds per exercise, no rest between exercises, and no repeats. We're going to start lubricating those hip joints so that we can prepare ourselves for the squats and lunges to come, and we're loading those squats and lunges, so we want to be fully prepared. Please feel free to add on to this warm-up. It's relatively quick. We're starting with our hip openers and a squat. So balancing on that left leg, right knee up and back center, down into your squat, and then we alternate. So the left knee comes up, open, back center, down into your squat. Try to raise that knee up to at least hip height if you can. Chest stays open and lifted when you come into your squat, and focus on keeping full foot in contact with the ground. We're gonna balance on that left leg. Right leg is the mover, zombie march, reverse lunge. So balance left, kick forward with the right, tap it down if you need to, and then send that right leg back. Repeat. Kick, balance, don't put the foot down. Make it a little bit harder if you want. Or if you need to tap in between, totally fine. Making sure to match your movement with your breath. This is a high intensity interval training workout, so that means you should be pushing to the max. We want to get into the habit of getting in enough oxygen. Just switch. So balance on the right side, kick forward left, balance if you want, or tap center to regain your balance in between each of these moves. Start picking up the pace once you feel your muscles are getting a little bit warmer, joints are a little more limber. We're going to add some hopping to this. Single leg lateral hops. You don't have to cover a ton of ground, but we're just starting to get, whoops, sorry, I hit the mic. Just starting to get some motion going. Warming up those calf muscles in the lower extremity. For any of the jumping that we have to come, you can always take the hop out of this move or any move that includes a hop and reduce your range of motion. Taking those feet wider than hip distance, reach for the floor, reach for the ceiling, and then add a calf raise at the top of that reach. Floor to ceiling, blast off squat. Focusing more here on shooting the glutes down low. They're below chest level. So less of a hinge and more motion in those knees. You can always reduce your range of motion. You can take the calf raise out. Just try to elevate that heart rate. Football runs. Landing softly towards the balls of the feet. Just gently pulling those knees up towards the hips and back down as quickly as possible. I know it sounds so complicated. You're just stomping on the ground quickly. Take it as fast or as slow as you need to. You can slow it down. It's totally fine. But we do want to start spiking the heart rate. You're only going to get 30 seconds off between the warm-up and your first HIIT circuit. Jump rope, landing softly towards the balls of the feet again. Let's exaggerate those arm circles. You don't have to be aggressive like me. I don't know why I'm like hopping so high. I'm doing double unders. It's the only times that those are perfect when there's no actual rope. As always, you can take that full hop out and take it to a bounce. Heels just come off the ground. Jumping jacks. Last move here before you get that quick 30 seconds off. Wide arms, wide legs. Try to make the most of this. Taking that hop out if you need to, but give me a little more lateral action if you take that hop out, just so we can drive the heart rate up. We're gonna grab our weights. First 2 moves of each circuit include weights. Here's your 30 seconds. We're going to hit circuit number 1. It's 3 exercises, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 2 times through. I'm going to use 25 pounds per hand. It's about 11.3 kilograms per hand. We have our Frogger hops. We're going to stand about 1.5 to 2 feet away from our weights, legs wide, hop forward, pick them up, put them down, hop back. Don't worry, I'll show you some options. Start in your squat, hop forward, drive through both feet planted, put them down safely, and back. Once you've got that motion, you are feeling safe picking up those weights. You're absorbing the shock, landing in the squat in both positions. You can pick up that pace. Option here is that monster walk forward and back. There's no hop. You can also omit one of the weights and just hold on to one. 15 seconds off, heart rate should be elevated. We're going to push presses. I'm going to lower to 20 pounds, 9.1 kilograms, if I can get there. Let's see. Kind of. Okay. I kind of didn't make it, but let's just go. You saw little Tasha showing you. Both palms face, dip and drive. So not a squat, squat with a little hinge. Powerful drive through the lower body, catch it, immediately drive back up. You can pause in between reps to slow down the cadence. Now this next move, we don't need any weights. High knees, we know what that is. I'm just prepping this for my next round of pick up, put down. Haha, smart. Drive the arms and the legs, knees up, at least hip height if we can get them. Here's where we can really spike the heart rate. Exaggerate that arm movement, the legs will follow. Your option is that aggressive march, where you can give me an A skip. Just a little pause in between reps. 15 seconds, round 2. Pick up, put down. I'm back to my 25 pounds. Safely lowering them to the ground. Find your spacing. It's a little too close to me. All right. Forward, land wide, press, weights are close. Your tempo determines how hard this is. So if you pick it up and if you increase your range of motion, heart rate should be, I don't know, uncomfortable. That is the goal. Push presses. I'm just too lazy to put the 25 pounds back. So I'm going to do it for push presses, but I'll probably take the pause. Oh, could be a mistake. Bring them up. Uh-oh. No, I feel okay-ish. Even with the pause, I'm still moving quickly. You can also single this out. Focus on one at a time. Less than 10. It goes away. Okay, one more move. And then you've got your first of 2 water breaks. Man, that's quick. High knees. Know you have that water break. Move a little quicker. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can do that while in motion. Remember your options. With 10 seconds left, I want you to take whatever's the hardest for you right here. 5 seconds. Water break number 1. Press the pause button if you need a little extra time. We got some more HIIT work to do. I'll see you soon. Welcome back from your first water break. We're on to HIIT circuit number 2. Same deal, 3 exercises, 30 on, 15 off, 2 rounds, 2 moves with weights, ending with that body weight move. We're starting off with a pausing switch jump. I'm gonna shift the shape of my weights so I don't hit my mic. You're gonna hold it in a goblet hold. It's a switch jump with a pause in the middle. I like to start in my lunge position, hop center, pause, other leg goes back, pause center. Once you've got the hang of that, you can move with a quickness. Chest stays lifted, primarily pressing through whatever leg lands in front. Other option, it's that quick reverse lunge. So don't stand up all the way so that you can keep a nice pace. You can also drop the weight altogether. It's not a requirement. We're gonna grab the weights friend because they are buddies. Reciprocal rows. I'm gonna stick with 25 pounds per hand, 11.3 kilograms. Constant motion. It's gonna drive the heart rate up. Hinge forward, one elbow to ceiling, other follows. Trying to turn so you can see elbow to ceiling, weight to hip, constant motion in either arms. Weights are passing each other. Your chest is stamping the floor. If you need to, yes, you can single it out. That'll make it a little easier, one at a time. But let's drive that heart rate up. Now, this should feel uncomfortable. Don't fight that feeling. It's okay. Lateral squat jumps, side to side. Deep breath in, and then exhale out the mouth. Reset and regulate. Step it wide, hop center, other side. Play around with the depth of your squat. Play along with how far you can move laterally. I'm a little limited. Oh no, I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm going off the mat. I'm going far. You can take that hop out, but try to change levels. So, if you need to be here, that's fine. But if you can really challenge yourself, get into that squat, do it. Back at the top. One more round of everything. Okay, goblet hold. Hold that weight really close to your chest. I have a mic that I will hit, so I'm kind of a little further out. Starting the lunge, hop, and switch. Halfway. Remember those options. Quick, little hinge forward. Or you can still have that hop, you just don't have the weight. Okay, reciprocal rows. Oh boy. There's sweat pouring. I'm out of breath. But we're doing this together. Hinge. So glutes press back. So the wall behind you is as if you're about to do a deadlift, but you're stopping somewhere in the middle of that range of motion. So you don't have to come all the way down here. You can be right here. Pull the lats in, hinge. Come on. Last 5 seconds. Goodbye for now, but not forever. Here's our lateral squat jumps. Okay, you guys are in the way. Let's move. There we go. That's better. Sink it down. Explode center. And then once you've got it, pick up that pace. Landing softly and with control, even though this is a dynamic movement pattern. Land. Press out that outside foot, launch. Stabilize internally, external, the mover. 30 seconds to get your life together and think about what just happened. We got one more HIIT circuit. We're starting off with a narrow squat to overhead. I'm gonna go down and weight because this gets heavy really quickly because we're moving with a quicker cadence. I'm going to start with 20 pounds, 9.1 kilograms. I might go down to my 15s. It's exactly as the name says. Squat to overhead. Quick. So it's a squat, clean, press. Right into that squat again. Clean, press. Weights drop as you squat. Come back up clean. Dip and drive. You know that push press. If you absolutely hate that, segment it. Squat, pause, dip, weights close clean, and then push press. Oh, almost forgot what this one was. I got it. Stationary lateral lunge with a row. Still 25 pounds. The shape is just safer for me to not drop. Wide stance, toes point out slightly. Weight center. Lunge to opposite foot, elbow to ceiling, row. Switch center, other side, row. Play around with the spacing of your legs. Pick up that tempo. Once you've got good form, chest is open, back is flat. Sink into that lunge before you row, passing off in the center as quickly as you can. Reduce the range of motion to make it a little easier. We've got skaters. Oh yeah. Back to some lateral motion. Focusing a lot on the medial glutes here. Wonderful stabilizing muscles to propel you forward during a run. They got to be strong as well. So kind of like warm up, that single leg lateral hop turns into a skate. That leg can cross diagonally behind you or directly in a touch. Launch and land. You feel amazing. Chest stays lifted, but you reach for the ground. That's up to you. Back at the top, squat to overhead. My goodness. Safely picking up those weights. It is a slip and slide here. Whew. One more round of those 3 moves. Just being honest with y'all, this is tough. Try to keep those knees from rocking inward. They will just a little bit, and that's fine. Try not to knock them together. Okay, we got this. 10 seconds. Wow. Here's that lateral lunge with the row. Remember, it's stationary just because our feet stay planted. Feet wide, weight center. It's kind of like a semi-active recovery. But you're still working. You should still be out of breath. Five seconds, that's it. Skaters. I didn't know what to do there. You saw that panic. It's like, do I hop? Do I step? There's so much sweat, it's all dangerous. Last move before your second water break. Cover some ground laterally. You see me kind of watching the ground ahead of me and not gazing up. It's because I have so many sweat puddles. I'm trying not to slip. Try to keep your gaze right out ahead of you. 10 seconds, come on. Oh, nicely done. Water break number 2. Press that pause button if you need a little extra time. We've got our core finisher, and then that's it. We cool it down. I'll see you soon. Welcome back from your second water break. Come on down to the mat. Take some deep breaths if you're still breathing heavy like me. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We've got our core finisher. 3 exercises, 30 on, 15 off, 2 times 3. Sounds familiar, right? Grab your one moderately heavy weight. I've got 15 pounds, 6.8 kilograms. Lay it down, knees above hips, weight above chest. You're gonna try to keep those hips tucked as you extend one leg at a time. That weight remains right above the chest, center of the sternum, lower back, relatively flush with the floor. So you can keep a neutral spine. And we always say press the back into the mat, but that's different for everyone. So as long as you give a little tuck, squeeze your glutes, you're where you need to be. Your option, no weight at all, and just decrease your range of motion. So you wouldn't lower those legs as low or straighten them as much. You're actually gonna come to an upright position with a weighted jackknife. Holding that weight close to the chest, you can even rest on the chest. Sit up tall, lean it back, knees come up, extend out, and bring it in. Gaze is right ahead of you. You don't have to have a giant range of motion here. Keeping your chest open, playing around with balance. If that is too much to come into this modified boat position, feet down, we'll just do the upper body. Couple inches back, couple inches up, but not sitting up all the way, keeping that constant tension in the core. Just like our HIIT circuits, the weight goes away for the third move. We're gonna come down onto our bellies. Isometric hold, 3 seconds, and that's superhuman. This is ponding salt. Wow. Be mindful of my mic. Palms face, lift and hold, and then rest it down. I'm not gonna come down all the way because of the mic. Lift it up, hold, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and then rest. Trying to get feet off the ground. It can just be a couple of centimeters. It's not much for me. If you want, you can just stay with upper body and relax. Remember to come all the way down. I'm just protecting the mic. Flip it back over. We go to the beginning. Remember, it's only 2 rounds. And then we go right into our cool down. This is quick. Remember your options here. Weight above chest, knees above hips. If you want to make it harder, yeah, both can go at it once. But you're trying to focus on not letting those knees creep in beyond the hips. So there's constant tension throughout the abdominal wall. If you're to do this, you get a break. Try a rep like that. So much easier to get a break in between. We don't want a break. We're challenging ourselves here. Sit it up, weight comes close. It's that weighted jackknife, whatever variation works for you. I might go between the 2 options I spoke about. So going into that modified boat and then just dealing with the upper body. Find my balance, keep that weight close. It can rest on your chest, on your shoulders. Again, for me, it's a mic thing. You'll feel this in your quads and your hip flexors as well. Totally normal. If you have to shake it out a little bit, totally fine. Reset. Remember that other option. Couple inches down, couple inches up. Again, constant engagement, so we're not releasing the muscles here. Okay, here's that isometric superhuman. Last exercise of the workout before we go into our cool down. Let's make it beautiful. I'll try to make it as beautiful as I can. Oh my goodness. It is so dangerous here. 3, 2, 1, relax. 3, 2, 1, relax. Now let's try not to dump those legs into the ground. It's a gentle lower, like we like doing this. Less than 10 seconds left. Come on, let's get one large one here. Just hold all the way to the end. Relax. Stay where you are. It's time for cool down. You got about 4 minutes left with me, about 30 seconds per stretch. I'll quiet our beeps out just for a little peace of mind. Stay on the ground. If you have to stand up, come on back. Oh my goodness, this is special. Let's come on down to our bellies, or stay there because that's where we just ended. You're gonna come on down. Lengthen out those legs behind you. Come on up onto those forearms. And from here, I want you to press your chest open, shoulders down and away from the ears. You should feel a stretch. Bottom of the chest, all along the front of the abdominals. Down the pubis, into the hips maybe. Relax if you need to. Sometimes this is aggressive for some of us. So you can always come down to the mat, shake it out a little bit, and press back up. We're coming into child's pose next. So take those hands underneath those shoulders, find your way up, separate those knees, press your glutes back towards those heels, hands out ahead of you, and whatever you need to do here to relax those muscles. Forehead can come all the way down to the mat. Elbows can come to the mat as well. You can shift side to side. Just like our warm-up, this is pretty brief. If you need to repeat the cool down or add on your favorite stretches or visit fitnessblender.com, add on any of the cool down options there, please feel free to extend this. Come on up into a kneeling position. Left leg stays back, right leg comes forward at a diagonal. And from here, shift the hips straight forward. And then you can play around with spacing. If you want to shift them a little diagonally, that's fine. You're trying to feel this in hip flexors, quads on the left side, medial glutes and hips on the right. Ooh. It's a lizard-ish pose. It's inspired by lizard. How about that? And then from here, keep that right leg outstretched in front of you, heel down, toe up, play around with the spacing. Press your glutes back towards your heels as you hinge forward. I just slipped in sweat. That was almost a catastrophe. Lengthening through the hamstrings and glutes along the back of the leg on the right. I'm kind of stuck here because I slipped into this position. So hopefully when I go back to edit this, it doesn't look that bad. I have to get out of it. Ooh, come on out. And we're just going to switch. Right leg stays back. This time, left leg at the diagonal. Lunge into it. And if that is too aggressive of a stretch, yes, you can always stay up nice and tall and stretch from here. So remember that it's a collaborative effort. I'm guiding you, but you have a part in knowing what works best for you. So you can alter any of these. And relax, same deal, hamstrings this time, stretching out the left leg. Let's see what happens. Not always the most graceful. That was better. I didn't fall into a very awkward position. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're still going to have an elevated heart rate, but we should be more in control of it by now. Exaggerate it. Send that message to your body. We're done. And relax. Come into a seated position. You can cross your legs. You can extend them out ahead of you. Doesn't really matter, but bring your glutes forward, arms behind you. I'm actually going to shift a little further forward. Walk the hands away from the body, fingertips away. Press the chest in between the shoulders. Feeling that length through the pecs, all the way through the biceps. Ooh, I'm slipping. Do you see that? Oh no. Dangerous. So dangerous. And then walk those hands back to the body. Sit up nice and tall. As I said, legs can be extended or in this crisscross. Forward and back, just slowly circling those arms. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Lengthen through each vertebrae. Try not to muscle your way through it, so bend the elbows as much as necessary. So it's just an ending lubrication for those shoulder joints and a wind down. Let's do one more forward and back. And relax. Nicely done. Sit up nice and tall. Give yourselves a hand. That was surprisingly hard. Actually, it wasn't a surprise. I read it this morning before I put it on the whiteboards. I was like, this is going to be hard, but it was fun. Yes. All right, let's take our deep breath. Inhale up, arms towards the ceiling or the sky, and then exhale, let it out. Lovely job. Once again, my name is Tasha. I thank you for joining me. I hope I get to see you again really soon. Workout complete.